What's up, YouTubers? Yeah, just the past couple of days, I'm so sick of this beer summit with Obama. Because to me, this is a moment when Obama, he stood up, he manned up, said what he had to say, and then he just goes back. I mean, when they asked him that question, he didn't even volunteer his comment. They asked him the question, and he answered it. To me, he had like his Mr. Tibbs moment. He was just like, yo, that was wrong, blah, 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 blah. And, to me, I banged my chest. I'm like, yeah, tell him, brother, tell him. And then, days later, what does he do? He backtracks. And he backtracks for what? The fact is, that officer was in the wrong. That officer was out of pocket. Now, Gates might have been out of pocket for screaming on him, but where was Gates at? Gates was in his own house, in his own property. People who are in their own houses have a right to talk crazy to people who are in their houses. I mean, that's just how it goes. At the worst, the most Barack could have done, instead of using stupidly, he could have said the cop was unprofessional, because, let's face it, he was unprofessional. The cop was totally out of pocket. So now this beer summit, and I'm just hearing people saying, oh, well, maybe this will improve race relations. And I'm asking myself, well, why would it? Why would it improve race relations? Basically, what happened was the cop arrested the man because he didn't like the way he was talking to him. Arrested the man in his own house. He disrespected him. So how does that improve race relations? If anything, that tells the cop, hey, if not even, you don't even have to say, if somebody's mouthing off to him and he doesn't like it, he can bust you, throw you in jail. Then they'll drop the charges. He'll fill out a false report. Then what happens next? Oh, Obama has a cookout. He's like, oh, let's have a barbecue and sing Kumbaya. That's nonsense. And that's another thing. The whole beer thing was kind of like, come on, Obama, what the hell? Why would you even have this dude over for beers and all that? I mean, what is kind of that's just, he made himself just look so like a house Negro who got scared, like, oh. It's like the white people, they voted me in, but they didn't vote me in so I could be calling no white people stupid. So now he's scared and he's like making all, I mean, it makes him look, he went from being Mr. Tibbs to the house Negro who got too big for his britches. The nonsense I keep hearing over this one, oh, maybe this is a teachable moment. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that too, a teachable moment? Teachable for who? Who's learning anything from this? If anything, he's making himself look like a total fool behind all this, if you ask me, but, and to be honest, it's a small matter. This matter is pretty small, but it's turned into a big thing, and he got scared. I mean, this was a good time for Obama to show that he had some kind of balls, and be like, yo, I said what I said, and I'm standing by what I said. He could have just said, I don't have anything else to say about it. I said what I said, and I stand by what I say. Or he didn't even have to say that. He could have just got silent on it, like, look, I already said what I had to say on that, and just leave it at that. Go on to much bigger issues, because there's so many much bigger issues. But if I'm standing in the wings looking at this, I'm saying, all right, if he's going to bend over an issue, over a weak issue like that, then it's probably not going to be that hard to bend him or break him over even more important issues than that. Like if I was a world leader and I wanted to make an agreement with him, like we were saying, going to sign a peace contract or a contract for whatever, I'd have to realize that, Barack pretty much is a paper tiger. I mean, we could sign the agreement, but at the moment some police union or somebody like goes into uproar, Barack will backtrack and like, well, hold on, let's amend this agreement, or we might have to totally rescind this agreement because so-and-so is upset about this. He made himself look weak. Even though I think he's my man, that's my man Barack Obama, he made himself look weak as hell in this instant. So hopefully, there will be other incidents that will come up, probably on a much larger scale than this. I hope he doesn't, he doesn't make a habit of folding up like this, because it'll set a bad precedent. Because he made himself look weak, and maybe he was worried about the next election already. Like, oh, hold on, maybe he's already worried about the next election. People being like, okay, they're gonna remember this for the next election. He might not re-elect me, but he can't worry about that. He has to take care of the business, of being the head, being the leader of the United States. But we'll see what happens in the future. You can leave your comments and let me know how you feel about it. Thanks for listening.